Today, we're going to test out the new FireDial Diffuser on our Performer. We're going to do a pulled pork. Let's get grilling. Tonight, I'm going to turn my Performer into a vertical smoker. Take the lid and the grate off of the Performer tube. I've got a charcoal grate in the bottom, and of course my Venom mounted underneath the kettle. I'm going to bring airflow from the bottom. To get the most out of my charcoal, instead of just having one coal grate on the bottom, I take a second coal grate and turn it 90 degrees. And make a cross hatch. That means the coal has to burn down smaller before it will drop through. So that's one reason that I can use bottom vents instead of the side vents that I have in my Weber Smoky Mountains. Then I take a charcoal ring from my 18-inch Weber Smoky Mountain, put it in my 22.5-inch kettle. That gives me the kind of capacity that I'm after a long smoke, a really long cook. Put my first grate lower level. Put my lava lock diffuser. All set to go all night long. I have enough charcoal. I have access to it to add more charcoal with this big door and big window. I can see what's happening with the diffusers. I like the steel diffusers. I'm expecting that to steam any of the renderings so that those juices and the flavors will contribute to the bark on the outside of the pork butt. Let me get it loaded with charcoal in a minion method and heat it up while we get the pork butt prepared. Okay, I don't know what's going on with the weather, but the humidity is way up and the weather forecast says 5% chance of rain. It feels like 60% chance of rain. I just heard the first few drops, but we're going to trudge ahead and see if we can't make this cook work. I'm going to go with the weatherman and hope that since it's only 5%, it's going to pass pretty quick. So cross your fingers. All right. So if you've been watching me at all, if you've been following me at all, you'll recognize that I like to try some new things whenever I can. So here's something that occurred to me that I've seen people do. They make a hole in their Weber Smoky Mountains to put the hot coals in and put the unlit coals around it, and then they take the hot coals and just dump them in the middle. So what I decided was I'm going to use my char griller chimney, which you may know, pull the trigger and the bottom drops out, so you don't have to pour it from your fingers. You hit the dent and the bottom drops out, so all the hot coal. Remember, my chimney. And I'm going to pour all those into that. Now, all the heat is contained in the center, and it's only going to extend to the outside as the controller directs it to. So now I've already pulled the trigger, the trap door is open, I've got my unlit charcoal loaded in my 18-inch Weber Smoky Mountain. Gonna wiggle this up. first time I'm doing this, guys. Gals. Voila. Clear through the bottom. Give them one of them. Bring my smoker attachment into position. It's going to start monitoring the temperature on that grate and using the logic that's built into the Spider Venom to calculate if and when temperature rise calls for more airflow or less airflow. Just to get everything to stick well. And I just did a backyard trim on it so that I can take. Let's close it up. Okay, just hitting 165 internal on the butt. So I'm going to pull the lid. I'm going to put it in a full pan. Wow. The thing is gorgeous. Put it to bed. We're going to keep set grits. Actually, it's Meat Church, Texas sugar, and it has a lot of sugar content. I wanted to get that straight. Coat the bottom of this pan. Back to cooking. It's officially the morning after. Had an all-night cook on our pork butt, and I can tell you, the smell is incredible. The bark felt great about 3 o'clock when I came out and checked on it, but I unwrapped it, took some of the juices off, put them in a mason jar, ball jar, in case I want to add some back after I pull it. Put it back in, uncovered, so that we can continue building the bark. We're just a little beyond the 190 temperature mark, and so I'm going to probe it, but barbecue event. So I'm going to go ahead and pull it, and then I'll make a decision whether it goes in the oven to finish off or just straight into the cooler and let it rest until I have guests coming about 2 o'clock this afternoon. Let's check it out. Straight into the cooler. It doesn't really need any more cook time. It's just going to rest until we serve it. We'll pull it apart. So I'll go ahead and do that right now. That's a clean bone. Let's take a quick look inside. I was able to shut the vents down at the end of my cook. As you can see, I put most of the bag of briquettes, B&B briquettes in there. I did my center pole starter for the minion method, and you can see, I'd say about 20 plus briquettes unlit or still remaining at least. I'm going to get another cook out of it for sure. Good experience with the amount of charcoal used with the FireDial and with this whole setup. Okay, little wrap up. I used the FireDial on the tallest extension that I have for my kettle, and I've used that for hanging ribs and doing a number of things, but I've never used a diffuser in it before. So the FireDial, I would say, did its job flawlessly. I tell you what, the reviews were excellent. Everybody at the gathering said that that was the best pulled pork that I'd have ever done before, and it was a boost in flavor. And I have really, the biggest change has to do with the FireDial. Dripping is coming down on that, coming back up, and recontributing that flavor to the bark on the pork butt. So I have to say that the FireDial was a great value for what they're offering that device at. I haven't used it in the Weber Smoky Mountain yet, but I have a feeling I'm never going to use that water pan in a Weber Smoky Mountain again. Grill on, and I can't wait to see you next time.